I remember eagerly playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater when it came out on Nintendo 64 with its technical limitations that made the music loop after the first chorus of each song. While I never did learn the full lyrics to Goldfinger's subliminal ska track Superman, I did fall in love with skateboarding and I grew my hair out much to my parents' shock. Enter Skater XL, a game that was announced for the Switch almost 3 years ago, originally slated for a 2020 release, then a 2021 release, and now at the end of 2023, it's finally here. Developer Easy Day Studios seem to have utilized this extended development time, claiming Skater XL is a buttery 60 frames per second on Switch. What's it like? Grab your Mullen-style backpack, tighten those trucks, and thanks to modern technology, you can load up the full version of Superman on Spotify as we attempt to kickflip this review of Skater XL for Nintendo Switch. Now before we ollie into things, skaters should know that Skater XL plays more like a skateboarding sim rather than an arcade game, meaning it's a far departure from the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series, so I won't be making comparisons to that series at all in this review. Skater XL puts your feet right on the grip tape with a quick and concise tutorial. Each stick controls a foot, meaning that you can flick the right stick to ollie and the left stick to flip the board, turning your ollie into a kickflip. There's no buttons to grind, you simply line up your trick and turn in the right direction. You can also grab your board with your left or right hand by pressing L or R respectively. While you can turn by shifting your weight with the left stick, it's recommended that you use ZL and ZR. This control scheme does take some time to get used to. Once you do, it's incredibly rewarding to land your trick or complete your line. Skate XL doesn't hold your hand throughout your skating journey. Once the tutorial is complete, you simply get told to skate. This is the double-edged sword of Skater XL, as there's nothing much to do except skate. Sure, the game does suggest some lines and challenges to complete, but apart from that, you just skate. For me, I love skateboarding. I found the game to be fun to play and quite relaxing, but the lack of direction may put other players off. It feels like a testing sandbox for a game that's still in development. It would have been good to have some kind of scoring system or maybe some map challenges to keep players engaged, but once the excitement of finding some lines to run dries off, there's not a lot to do apart from wandering around, randomly grinding rails, or jumping gaps. It's similar to how when you free roam in GTA, it's fun for a bit, but ultimately you end up craving something more to further the narrative or progression. A couple of great features help extend the fun though, like being able to set custom spawn points by tapping down on the D-pad, or even setting a custom waypoint by pressing X to get to hard to reach areas for more precise placements for your lines. The game does spruik mod support as well, but those expecting anything game-changing will be disappointed as you can't browse a mod database. It's just clothes and accessories and a handful of levels that have been handpicked by the developer and put in the game. Graphically, the engine does a good job of rendering the world, filling maps with things to jump off, grind, or zoom down. The developers do boast a silky smooth skating experience, and that's true, but it does come at the cost of sharpness. While I don't have the correct tools to measure frame rate or give in-depth performance, Dock performs really well with no slowdown or stutter, but there are blurry edges and textures. And when you play in handheld, it also runs silky smooth as promised, but with a very low locked resolution. You get used to it pretty quickly, and aside from some taxis and billboards in downtown LA taking their time to load in, it does still manage to immerse you in the world of Skater XL, especially thanks to the chilled out, lo-fi hip-hop and West Coast vibes soundtrack. The game also features multiplayer, which lets people join your lobby, which is just the same as offline mode. It was really cool following other players around and attempting the same lines they were, and thanks to no clipping, you won't find griefers ruining your experience online. With this mode, it makes the world feel much more alive and makes the game more enjoyable, despite not adding challenges or competitive modes. It should also be noted that the developers are constantly updating the game, with a recent multi-platform update coming out in September that added grab tricks to the game. So it's not really outside the realm of possibility that we will see more features added in the future. whether Skater XL is the game for you all really boils down to how much you love skateboarding. I personally found it to be an enjoyable, relaxing experience, and it's something I can see myself going back to in short bursts to chill out and bust some tricks. Skater XL is a competent, if somewhat bare-bones skateboarding simulator on the Nintendo Switch. It's difficult and rewarding, runs well at the cost of visual fidelity, and has a very chilled out vibe. So, what's it like? Skater XL is like if Tony Hawk's skateboarding was an in-depth simulator. I award it a 70 out of 100. It's time for this skater boy to say see you later, boy. Hey there, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I can't thank you enough for your support. Things have moved a lot faster than I expected with What's It Like, and it's becoming my full-time job. Best way to continue supporting me if you liked my content is to keep watching What's It Like. It doesn't cost a cent and it will always be free. But if you would like to help in other ways, you can always buy me a coffee by visiting this link here, or if you would like to join my Patreon, I show behind-the-scenes insights into how a gaming website operates. I'm so grateful to be here making this content, and I'm even more grateful that you're here watching it with me. Thank you so much.